Tu presencia es todo para mí.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
America's missile defense system, the best and perhaps only line of defense from a North Korean nuclear missile aimed at the U.S. Now a stunning warning from some of America's leading experts.
If North Korea were to fire nuclear-armed ICBMs at the United States, we cannot be assured that our missile defense system would prevent the deaths of millions of Americans.
Kim Jong-un's most powerful test in almost 5 years, an intercontinental ballistic missile. A warning to President Joe Biden and America as North Korea sharpens its nuclear sword. For years, U.S. leaders have reassured the public.
Missile defense begins here.
And America's allies
should be very confident.
Missile defense systems can keep them safe.
Easily shoot them out of the sky.
Senior defense officials project confidence. The U.S. could also shoot down a North Korean ICBM.
The defense of the homeland.
These experts say the odds of success are very low.
It's been described as hitting a bullet with a bullet, trying to hit a warhead.
For the first study of its kind in 10 years, commissioned by the American Physical Society, their conclusion, despite more than 6 decades of missile defense efforts and $350 billion U.S. taxpayer dollars, no missile defense system has been shown to be effective against realistic ICBM threats. Why is it so hard to shoot down an ICBM?
The warhead undoubtedly be accompanied by decoys and by things to fool the defense or overwhelm the defense.
A fundamental problem.
We do not see in the next 15 years that an effective defense can be mounted against ICBMs.
The current system has only been tested 19 times since 1999.
And in those tests, they've been essentially scripted for success. But even so, the tests have only succeeded around half the time.
But what about all those successful intercepts in the Middle East? What about the Iron Dome?
ICBMs are a qualitatively different threat than many of the missiles that we have read about in the news, traveling significantly higher and having potential penetration aids and countermeasures.
CNN reached out to the U.S. Missile Defense Agency. When asked about the report's findings, a spokesman cited this defense report from January. It says the missile defense system has demonstrated a measured capability to defend the United States, deployed forces, and allies from a rogue nation's missile attack, and that its most advanced radar will be able to separate the warhead from a cloud of decoys. U.S. think tank CSIS says these images show an undeclared North Korean missile base just miles from the Chinese border, a potential launch site for ICBMs.
We need to understand there is no military solution.
Former U.S. Ambassador and Special Envoy to North Korea, Joseph Yoon, believes the only option is for President Biden to take a page from the playbook of former President Trump and reach out directly to Kim Jong-un. Do you think it's a mistake the Biden administration is not focusing more on North Korea?
I think it is a mistake. I think the longer this situation continues, more serious will the provocations be.
He says diplomacy may be the only way to keep the missiles from flying, to keep America safe. Will Ripley, CNN, Taipei.